This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Now let's talk beef with Duane and Ken Wood, talking about how national issues affect the wheat crop here in the state of Kansas and how new innovations at the Wheat Innovation Center can help in Kansas and around the world.
Duane Taves joining once again here on Ag AM in Kansas, and a chance to catch up with Ken Wood with the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers. Ken, we think about wheat industry in Kansas. A lot of talk about production, acres, and things of that nature, but ultimately it comes down for growers' profitability is if we continue to have export markets to move that crop out of country, we just can't consume it all domestically.
That's absolutely right. Trade is always kind of the number one issue with wheat growers. It's big for all of ag, but I think it's especially important for wheat growers. In Kansas, we export at least about half of what we raise. And if we can't do that, then we've got real problems in the market.
A lot of things going on internationally and domestically here as well as we look at some of those policies that affect that. But ultimately, our goal is to get that food product into consumers that need it around the world, and there's plenty of those.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you read about famines and shortages of food in places, and we've got piles of wheat on the ground in a lot of places in the state. That's a marketing problem or a distribution problem, and we need to work on that.
We hear about that growing world population, but a lot of folks have said, hey, if we take care of the distribution issues that we have and the waste and loss issues, we can probably feed everybody with what we're growing now.
I think we're producing, a good volume of crop. It is more of a distribution problem, or in a lot of ways, it's an income problem. They have to be able to get money to pay for that back to us. There has to be a way to clear that stuff out of the market. And that's a lot of times it's not the production, it's more distribution or more economics or sometimes politics.
We think about the situation that we're currently in within the Central Plains here. A fall that was pretty dry and not much moisture this winter. Folks concerned about this spring, along with some very cold temperatures that we've seen as well.
Yeah, that's a concern. In our area, kind of in the central part of the state, there's some wheat that was planted after bean harvest last fall that has not come up yet. So we always worry about the crop when it's coming out of winter, coming out of dormancy, to see what we have. This year, I think there's a little more concern than normal about that.
Ultimately, that could affect price, but if we don't have anything to sell, that's not necessarily a great thing for farmers and ranchers as well.
Price and production are the two aspects. So, revenue is what we actually can use. So if we don't have the production, the price doesn't matter so much. If we don't have a decent price, then the production isn't as important. So we kind of have to have a balance of both of them.
We think about other issues that were talked recently at Commodity Classic would have been farm bill discussions. We're due for the rewriting of one. A lot of discussion about whether we veer off from where we're at or just tweak what we have for the system right now.
Most of the people that I've talked to say that they think it's going to be more about tweaking or making adjustments to what we actually have now. And I don't know whether anybody really has the stomach to try to tackle a major overhaul. I think most producers that I've talked to will be kind of relieved if they can make a few adjustments to what we have now because they're a little bit more used to it. So stability, I think, would be kind of important in that respect.
Having some reliability and dependability ultimately to allow them to make good market decisions for their operation.
Yeah, I think that's right. We know a little bit more about how the program works now, so we feel like we know a little bit more about how much we can depend on it. And like I said, I think a few adjustments here and there, and more tweaks, more minor things, but not a major overhaul.
We think about some of the other issues nationally, a lot of discussion about whether we can gross enough dollars per acre from a wheat crop and what we maybe need to look at doing internally with that wheat seed to maybe provide some more opportunities for us to gross more dollars.
That's where some of the research stuff comes in to trying to add value to the crop, both from a quality standpoint and from a production volume standpoint. That's one thing that we've been working on here in the Manhattan area with the Kansas Wheat Innovation Center and some of those developments. But it's an ongoing thing, and it's something that you work on now for the future. So it's going to take a little while for some of the fruits of that to manifest itself, but we're working toward that anyway.
Well, our thanks to Ken Wood with the Kansas Association of Wheat Growers joining us here on Ag AM in Kansas. Jamie, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Duane. Come back after this break for this week's Kansas Farm Bureau update.
This segment brought to you by the Arab Shrine Circus, coming to the Kansas Expo Center February 15th through the 18th. For ticket information, visit ArabShrineCircus.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, it's Shrine Circus time! Enjoy a weekend of thrills, chills, and tons of fun at the Kansas Expo Center February 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. See lions and tigers, elephants, high-flying trapeze artists, and watch a man shot out of a cannon. And Johnny Rocket, everyone's favorite, is back! For more information, visit ArabShrineCircus.com and be sure to thank our corporate sponsor, Security Benefit, the Arab Shrine Circus. Don't you dare miss it!